Good morning, YouTube. It is 10 a.m. in the great state of Texas. And what do we have here? Mystery wood blank. So this is part of the marathon of projects. Like I said, if you guys have been watching the past couple of videos, we have been doing our marathon of projects, like 20 projects we did in 2.5 weeks. And this is part of it. Had this wood blank left over from a grab bag that I had. Has HL initials on it. I have no idea what HL is. So we're calling this one the mystery wood blank. And from what I can remember, it's a little bit harder wood. It's not going to be as large as some of the other bowl blanks that we have done in the past. If you saw the thumbnail, you saw the grain and what it's going to look like eventually at the end of this. Make sure to hang on to the blank when you're using a driver like that because it'll spin on you. So getting the faceplate put on there, getting everything set up. And like I said, I don't know what HL is. Usually when I order these grab bags, it's just usually 3 wood blanks that you get in a box, and I do not know what this wood is. So if you know what HL is, as far as mystery wood blanks, leave a comment in there. Let me know what this is. So we did this back in March, right before I left. I'm probably gone at a work thing right now. God only knows when I'm going to come home. Probably in 6 to 9 months. I don't even know, but. Getting everything turned down onto the wood lathe here. You can see not having a whole lot of luck as far as getting big chunks out of it. I'm getting more of a spray of just sawdust more than anything else, which I thought my chisel wasn't sharp enough, but going back and forth with several different types of chisels, it's just a very hard wood to work with. So getting this cylindrical or this square block into a cylinder was kind of a pain. This is probably the most difficult portion of this project. So once I got a majority of the edge off, came back, hit it with a round carbide tool, which made it a lot easier. So we're just going ahead and just setting it up, doing bit by bit, stopping the lathe there. You can see that we had a little bit more issues with it. Trying to take a bite out of it with the large carbide gouge, but wasn't having any kind of luck with it. Just ended up sticking with the round carbide tool, getting a lot more success with that. So this part took quite a while to do, and the hard part about working with woods like that, I usually love doing these mystery grab bags because it's a different wood, a different grain every time you end up doing these. But it kind of sucks when you're trying to do these projects and it's just not working out for you. And it sucks working with the hard wood on a MIDI lathe because you can only crank those RPMs so high before you start to get a lot of issues with it. And now I'm starting to get better shavings off of the actual bowl blank. And what I discovered kind of once I got a little bit deeper into the wood blank itself is that there's a lot of moisture in this piece. So some of the moisture is a little bit more evident because it was a lot easier to get shavings off, and you can see them, they're all there on my chest. So this part just took forever, it seemed like. Which kind of sucks because, wood turning is supposed to be fun, and it was a fun project, but it kind of sucks when you're getting a lot of resistance against the chisel. So once we got it into a nice cylindrical shape, now I'm just making that round bottom, getting the bottom of the bowl into the shape that we want it to be in, and then we're just going to go ahead and get rid of the tailstock and then start making a mortise. I think once I started to feel the wood a little bit, I noticed there was a lot of moisture in the blank itself, and you could kind of feel that on the chisels once you started getting into some of these deeper areas here. So once we got that made, now we're just going to go ahead and start making a mortise, but you got to get the banjo to the appropriate height, so that part is always important. So taking a multitude of tools here. Obviously you saw me using the parting tool, the round and square carbide tool, trying to get this mortise built, and just having a hell of a time doing it for some reason. And my voice just squeaked like I'm going into puberty. This is like the 5th or 6th commentary I've done this morning. I'm doing the commentary. What is today? Today is like March 31st. So you guys are probably not watching this until September. Like, if you haven't watched my previous couple of videos, this is part of the marathon series that we did here on the channel. I did almost 20 projects in a week and a half, in 2.5 weeks between work and everything. So this was definitely a marathon of projects, just so that we could have a video every Sunday until I come home. So hope you guys are enjoying this, because man, this was a lot of work to get done. I know I enjoyed doing this marathon, but man, it really took a toll on me after a while. So here we are, got everything nice and flush, making sure that everything is tight on the chuck there, because once you start this part, this is when stuff can typically try to fly off the lathe. So wait until you see the Christmas project. Oh my gosh, you guys will see that in December. But anyway, now we're just trying to get the bowl actually gouged. And again, I had a lot of trouble with this wood. I think I end up changing chisels quite a bit here. I go from round to square, back to the gouge, and it just seemed like forever. The most luck I had was apparently with the round carbide tool. You can see there we're getting a little bit more shavings in there, and you can see a little bit more of a progression. We just needed to take a bite out of the actual bowl itself and then come back and hit it with a variety of tools depending on where we were gouging at. And the other bad thing about doing all wood projects like that is that some areas are soft, some are more hard than others, and then you end up, you know, having to change chisels all the times. But overall, I was really happy with the aesthetic of the bowl and how it turned out. I just really just had a hard time with this wood. It just was not fun against the chisels. And when you get a lot of chatter like that, it tends to freak you out. It freaks me out, which kind of takes away from the actual joy of making the bowl. But overall, we got it done, and that's all that matters. So now we're just trying to get to a nice depth. We got a majority of the bowl taken out, and now we're just coming back, hitting it with the square carbide tool, just trying to get everything nice and flush before we start the sanding, and just filling up the bowl, trying to see where we are depth wise and if we want to keep going or just kind of call it right here. And I think we're about to call it. I think we're at a nice depth up until this point. So these are all the shavings that I got off. You can see there's kind of shavings on the workbench, but a lot of it was just dust because it was just so hard on the chisels, and I could feel the moisture in the wood shavings there when I picked them up just then. And that is the pile from all the other epoxy projects that we did during the marathon. So I don't know what order I did a lot of these projects in, so this is probably somewhere in the middle of the actual marathon itself. So went from 80 all the way up to 320 as far as sanding, and then we just are going to come back and hit it with the wood polish like we typically do. This part didn't take any real time to do. Really didn't spend a whole lot of time on there. You can see that horrible transition. But once you got that wood wax on there, it really pops. I really like the color. The aesthetic of it, like I said, looks really good. As you see from the thumbnail, it looks aesthetically pleasing. It was just not a fun blink to turn, only because we had so much resistance on the chisels. But overall, was really happy with it. Like I said, you guys are probably bored of the all epoxy projects, so I thought, you know, hey, throw some wood projects in there as well. But hope you guys are liking it. Like I said, you guys are probably watching this in early fall of 2022. Finished this project in March of 2022. So hope you guys are liking this marathon. Hope you guys are getting something out of these videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all that fun stuff that every other YouTuber says. And we're going to stop the lathe here in just a little bit, and then you're going to see that cool wood grain. Boom. It looks really good. My wife is going to steal this and probably use it as a cat bowl, I think. One of these. But anyway, hope you guys are liking it. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, guys. Peace. Alright. So, project is done. A complete wood bowl mystery. Have no idea what this is. Don't know what HL stands for. I'm pretty sure I probably went over that in the commentary. The grain on it looks absolutely beautiful. Really good looking bowl. And trying to break stuff up because obviously we've been doing the marathon. I don't know if I'm going to post this early in the marathon or later in the marathon. I might post it in like July. It's March now. If you don't know, I have been doing 2 weeks of nothing but bowl making. Because I have a work thing and I'm not going to be able to be in the garage or my little workspace, my little workshop to do projects. So just breaking it up a little bit with an all wooden project. Looks absolutely stunning. Love the grain on this. Hard wood to work with. Getting a lot of resistance on the chisels, but overall really happy the way this turns, like tiger stripe kind of sort of. Really love this. So if you know what it is, leave a comment. That'd be great. But anyway, hope you guys liked it. Hope you enjoyed the project. The marathon continues, and here we go. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next project. Peace.